Okay, when you look back at your life, do you have one of those experiences where you think, if I would have not hesitated and seized an opportunity, I would have changed my world for the better. But because you hesitated, the door closed and the opportunity just didn't exist anymore. Well, I have so many of these in my life, and it can create this sense of regret or this feeling of, why didn't I act on this sooner? What would life have been like had this door stayed open and I actually seized it? How do we balance this pursuit of quality and wanting to put our best foot forward and really make a good quality decision with this speed to market or this speed to make a decision? What does this balance actually look like? Well, in my case, once I actually got over this feeling of judging this phrase, start before you're ready, and honestly at times low-grade judging the motivational speakers or YouTubers that would say it, then I was able to start seeing it for what it really is. And why was I judging them? Well, because I felt like that phrase was basically saying rush, speed to market, not quality, just speed. Speed, speed, speed. It's all about speed. And I realized that is not really how I have to approach start before you're ready. But by doing this, we have to first define what ready actually means. And if you're like me, ready in some cases was like a year-long venture when it really needed to be a several-day venture to become ready. And that's not productive for us. So what I would recommend you do, which is what I've done, is when I start to feel like I'm creating that abstract feeling of readiness, and it's like, I need all this time to think it through, I'm not there yet. What's happening for me is I'm in this abstract space. So I'm thinking in nebulous terms. I need, quote, more money before I start a business. I need more clients. I need more information. These are not quantifiable statements, and we're not able to make a solid decision in the abstract. So what I like to do is I like to look at my decisions in two steps. So if something comes into my world and I feel like I'm getting that pull, like I need to make a decision, maybe it's a time-sensitive thing, and I'm feeling overwhelmed, I will say, okay, I'm not going to make the decision for 24 hours, and I'm going to, quote, sleep on it. And I usually resolve in that moment that if it persists tomorrow in 24 hours and I still feel like it's a valid thing, I'll bring it back up, but I'm going to have some clarity. So I give myself this 24-hour grace period. Sometimes things disappear. Sometimes they come back with more clarity 24 hours later. But what I'm doing is here, I'm not getting that rash decision making that I think often could be negative for me. I don't want to make a quick decision where I haven't really been able to sit with it and get some clarity. So that's what I do first. And then after it comes back up to that 24-hour period, then I'm able to look at what ready actually means. So if I'm still feeling a sense of pause, it might be that I need to figure out more information. I need to do some research. I need to look at the pros and cons. I need to figure out the financial stability of a decision or whatever it is. The key here is to quantify it. Get away from these statements of more money and start to say, well, I need to have this amount of money to make that decision. Will that be possible with this new opportunity that I'm doing? If I start now, do I feel that it's going to come together? Or if in the case of starting this YouTube channel is a great example. I procrastinated it for 8 years and I could have started it at any point along the way. And then in January, when I decided to actually start this channel, I decided, okay, I could spend 6 more months grooming and perfecting the video titles and getting them going. But I realized, okay, I need to create a line in the sand and figure out this is what the first round of videos are going to look like. Here's what they're going to be about, and go from there. And so I basically clarified what done was and what launch looked like. And I decided I'm going to launch with 4 videos. It's going to be about these things. They're going to be roughly this length, and here is what they're going to look like. And I made a decision, and what I did was secretly I shared one with one of my friends to kind of just put it out there and say, this is what the video is going to look like. Great, good feedback. The decision was done. And then I was able to take it out of this abstract place and actually turn the decision into something that was, it's ready for now, right? It's ready to launch now. And with the example of the YouTube channel, like I shared earlier, I learned so much on the first week after launch. And it's been about 4 months since I've been doing the channel. I learn every week when I put a video up. There is no way in the world that I would have been able to make any of the decisions about this channel having not started before I was really ready in February. So I'm just telling you that you need that input and feedback, and you start to become a different version of yourself as well. So I wanted to share with you this tactic because I hear you loud and clear. I don't want you to go out there and put something out that you're not proud of, but I also don't want you to be like I've been in the past, to get stuck in this place where you really are missing a lot of big opportunities because we're afraid, or because we feel that we need to think it through or gain confidence in silence in the background while we're thinking about it. Confidence and feedback and all that comes, in my experience, from taking that tempered action. So getting enough of the things together so you feel comfortable, but giving yourself that window of time where you're not going to make it take weeks. You're going to make it take days if possible, if not 24 hours, and then you can make that quick decision. And I think that's really going to help you out, because that's helped me out in how I've approached a lot of these things in my life. Let me know in the comments what you think about this video, what resonated with you about it. I get in there and have conversations with people in the comments, so I would love to hear from you there. And on the topic of perfectionism, I have an entire video talking about my strategies for how to tackle perfectionism so we can take action. So go ahead and jump over there and watch that video now, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.